Let me see if that turned on. Okay.
All right.
Guys, welcome to the Zoom today. This is Robert Burns. I'm delighted that you're taking a look at what we're doing. I'm here with Leroy Lawson, who hails originally from the UK, now is living in the lovely country to my north called Canada.
Yeah.
And Leroy had occasion recently, last week, a week from tomorrow, on the 6th, I think it was the 6th of the Saturday, the 6th, he was on an event and had the most guests taking a look at RoboForex. We give away 2 prizes on these events. One is for the person who wins the drawing, which is $100. They don't have to do anything other than attend the webinar. And then if they win the drawing, they win $100. And that's that. They can be a guest. They can be a guest that's registered. They can be a guest that's even verified. As long as they haven't funded, they're eligible to win the $100. The affiliate award, on the other hand, is a merititious based award. And Leroy was the winner of that last week because he had the most guests. And the person each week, he could win again next week if he does the same thing and has the most guests. So it's not a one and done. It's each week we want the person that has demonstrated the most get up and go, the most ambition, the most more importantly, the most results. So with that, I'd like to introduce you to our most recent winner of that event, Mr. Leroy Lawson.
Thank you, Robert, for that. And yeah, it's actually the 7th. So for those who are counting their calendar, it was Saturday the 7th. And the only reason why I know that is because I just came back from a trip to London and I flew on the Thursday. So so those dates were fresh in my mind. So I'm very happy to have won that on Saturday. I was actually going for 2 prizes, as Robert mentioned, one for the new account and one for the most invitees to the event.
Did you win the new account also?
No, I was going for that.
Oh, okay.
I was
like,
in the
where
draw.
was I? Okay, cool. But it's possible if somebody hasn't funded.
Yeah. So that was actually up for grabs. So it was actually could have been a double whammy. So that was a good thing. So yeah.
So Leroy, tell me a little bit about your background, if you would.
Yeah, sure. I've been in this space, I was saying, in the Forex trading space for a number of years now. I'm a retail trader and used to work at different financial institutions. And so that's kind of where I got my love for trading. I used to be on the dealing floor at JP Morgan back in the day. Mm-hmm. And that was my real introduction to big screens, lots of noise, lots of money being made. And I thought I could do with some of that myself. So mm-hmm. my love affair with the Forex markets have started for many years now, decades. And I've always, I've been a full-time network marketer since 2015. So I've always been looking for good projects, not just for me, but for people that I'm essentially going to be sharing it with. And, I came across what RoboForex was up to, and I really liked what I saw. So my background is really that I try and prize myself on projects that do have legs. Don't always get it right, but I try and do as much due diligence as I can, and as much as you can do with any project. I like this one for many reasons, and that kind of tipped my box.
Very good. Let me ask you, what was the approach you used to get those guests to show up? What did you say to them?
To be honest, I didn't say much, but I just took action. You guys had on the group, they had a flyer about the event, and so I literally just started sharing it with people immediately. Some of them I've spoken to in the past, and I was like, guys, you've got to get on this Zoom. But essentially, for the most part, I just sent messages out, and I sent a good number out because I figured that, not everybody may be able to be free at that time, but I figure let me get as many, as I could, to the call. At the time, didn't necessarily think I may have been the the most invited guests on the call, but I was just going to get enough on there to put me in with a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me ask you another question. Did you have an account funded yourself when you were making the calls?
No, I didn't have account funded. I didn't get around to it. I had an account that I was, prepping to kind of get done. And so when I saw the invite and stuff, I was like, okay, let me get on the Zoom, let me familiarize myself and kind of get myself up and running. So it was actually nice that I don't know if this was the first week because I was in the UK, so I wasn't on any Zooms. But I don't know if it was the first week where you were doing two different offerings for the account funding as well. All right. Okay, great.
It was.
So that's
Yeah.
that's even
Yeah.
better.
So that was a precedent. We're going to do that from now on.
Right.
So you didn't allow your own lack of a funded account to get in your way. In other words, you made the calls in spite of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I had been on a call previously. I'd seen enough what I liked and what I saw, what I understood about it before, when on my travels. And I figured when I come back, I will start to, get a bit more engaged with what's going on. And it just so happened that, that Saturday I came back to Canada on the Thursday and the call was on the Saturday. I was like, okay, cool, great. This is a great chance for me to kind of refresh myself on it all and see what's going on. And to be honest, you guys had great copy for me to utilize. So it was literally a case of, all right, get the word out. And then while I'm there, I'll look about maybe getting my account set up if I didn't become a winner or not.
This is kind of putting you on the spot and I'm ambushing you here a little bit. And I want to acknowledge that before I say it, but
nice.
What do you say to somebody when they say, well, what about you? What are your results? Why should I show up if you're not trading? Did you have that? And if so, how would you answer that?
Sure. I typically don't get that for maybe just the way my approach is. But I always direct and I leverage what's working and what you guys have. So that's a great thing about this. It's never about me, it's about what they can get. So when I saw some of the results, and if somebody did ask me about that, I would just piggyback on the results that you guys were getting in the group. And that's how I would always try and do it, rather than making it about me and my lack of getting started. Because I'm pretty much irrelevant when it comes down to it. Whether I get action or not, they are dealing directly with the guys who are doing the work and making those great results. So it's a great way of just literally getting to the source of whoever's providing the information. In this case, it's great traders giving good results. And whether I start today doesn't hamper somebody's results of them getting started. So that never really came to mind. But if it did, I would just redirect them to the results. One thing I learned many years ago is that to be good at getting people to look at anything, just use the tools that are there. Don't try and reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. And keep it simple.
Absolutely.
And to your point, people come to these for two reasons. What's in it for me? Well, they can win a drawing, no joke.
Yeah.
Just for showing up. Number two, if they're interested in the networking part, because the client part's pretty simple. I mean, you enroll, you get registered, you normally fund your account. Now, if you win it, we're funding it on your behalf if you win the drawing. But the other question is, can I do it? And that's more aimed at the affiliate. And if you're exposing people in the manner that you just described, I do the same thing. I try to keep it ultra simple. Got something I want you to see. It's at 5 p.m. UK time tomorrow or whatever the day is. And you may or may not be interested. I don't know, but I'd like you to see it. Are you free at 5? Yes. Terrific. I'm going to send you a link and off we go. And that little simple script has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so, in other words, the guest is coming with the perspective of Robert isn't the guy that's as knowledgeable when I'm the inviter. I heard that loud and clear from you. You're using the system. Get the guest in front of the system And then they can do what we just did with them. They can turn around and do 5 minutes later across the town, across the country, or across an ocean.
Yeah.
Works anywhere. Just get
Yeah.
them there. Don't worry about whether you have an account, whether you're knowledgeable, all that. You're missing the boat if you're doing that. The key thing, just get them there. Keep it
Yeah.
simple. They say, well, tell me more about it. Look, dude, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin the movie for you. I want you to see it the way
Yeah.
I saw it. That's
Absolutely.
it. That's literally how I answer that every time. And it works.
Yeah.
It works. If it works, why would I change it?
Absolutely.
You know,
And I think
sometimes
that-
I'll have fun with them. They say, well, tell me more. I said, dude, I can't give you a haircut over the phone. It doesn't work.
right. Exactly. Definitely.
So
and I
anyway,
think just to piggyback on that, you know, I think there's a blessing that I didn't actually get started, because I'm a, you know, a true case in point that, hey, just show up. You never know.
Yeah.
Right.
Just show up and take action before you even come. You're not even really engaged, don't have an account, but you took action, and voila,
Yeah.
your action
Yeah.
was rewarded immediately. So this is, I really like this whole story a lot. And we
Yeah.
want to have people hear what's possible. And you just heard what's possible from Leroy Lawson. So Leroy, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm glad you won. Congratulations. And
Thank
may
you.
you win multiple times.
Absolutely. I do intend to.
Good,
So-
good. And I'm
So-
sure you will. I am
Yeah.
certain of that. So again, thank you. I'm going to
Thanks
go
very much.
ahead and turn off the stream.